nitroglycerin. Hit your heart, bring it back to start, make you live again. Get them dividends, or we start getting ignorant. I be on that soldier shit, I told you shit phenomenal. Nah, but he a domino, so what you suckers trying to do? Rhyming comical, guess it's funny until I'm bombing you. Bring apocalypse to them pussy niggas that's popping shit. Team of all-stars, I coach them up like I'm Popovich. Fuck the politics and the lobbyists and apologists. They vagina, so we gon' check them like gynecologists. It's kinda obvious how the situation is ominous. The way I vomit this and regurgitate for the audience. They start applauding this cause the competition is fraudulent. From the era where niggas smoke you up like a parliament. The flow been stupid, shit has gotten retarded since all the dominance of one West rising to prominence. Cause I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. They want a nigga quiet, mute my maneuvers, but I ride like I got group pies for Uber. Rhymes hard like they been viewed by Medusa. 9 milli Luger, 17 in the Ruger. Only need a few to sit up in your medulla. Obligata for the regatta, niggas wildin', they win every dollar. They riding by in black Impalas, let the semi holler. The showstopper, been this proper since the teeny bopper. But now I'm growing, I'm off Patron, a premium of vodka. I put extensions on the Glock, modified the chopper. The war heavy, war ready, and that's working mama. No marijuana, say I got the loudest silence on it. When I'm up on it, ain't no rapper do it like I do it. A lot of spitties and writers, but when they eat on, none of them can get to the fire around with me. And I had a nigga spin like a tire, Dana D. And I'm still dope as a piper. Every bar burn hard like a spoon with a lighter. Fuel to igniter, I'm winning, coming through with the title because UPK. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me.
They say faith without works is dead, nigga. And if you ain't putting in no work, you scared, nigga. It's a new breed of black man in this earth. And we ain't putting up with your bullshit no more.
Niggas dying and don't see none of y'all in these streets. Mama's crying, going to funerals every week. And when you speak, you wanna say forgive your enemies? Please, don't talk to me about peace. Niggas locked up with no voice to help them get free. Then they pop up and try to sell a nigga that same dream. The truth is, they don't give a damn about you or me. So please, don't talk to me about peace. It's time to show and prove. We hear you huffing and puffing, talking and bargaining. Nigga, show me what your ass can do. You say you got the truth, so when our kids was getting murdered in the streets, nigga, tell me where the hell were you? Hear crickets in the room. Yeah, I know, you can care less only if it benefits you. But I tell you what you do, pack your shit up and move. Out of time you lose, cause real niggas coming through. Instead of worrying about our people getting slaughtered, these niggas crying cause they can't get a motherfucking Oscar. And by the way, our people in Flint, they need water, but you playing like me speaking no English from across the border. But I gotta keep it real. Shout out to Nilly for real, cause he helped another brother and a sister live. No more closed eyes, no more ducking high, no more yo this guy praises to the most high. Niggas dying and don't see none of y'all in these streets. Mama's crying, going to funerals every week. And when you speak, you wanna say forgive your enemies? Please, don't talk to me about peace. Niggas locked up with no voice to help them get free. Then they pop up and try to sell a nigga that same dream. The truth is, they don't give a damn about you or me. So please, don't talk to me about peace. In a court of law, it ain't about what you know, it's what you can prove. You ain't got no evidence, you lose. These crackers got rules, make you put your hands on the Bible, you swear to tell the truth. They trying to ban you, don't get it confused. In the court of law, you can cut your dreads and wear a nice suit, they still gon' label you a goon. You stuck with 12 jurors, one judge, and a half a chance of making it out that room. They trying to ban you, I thought you knew, nigga. But everything ain't what it seems, cause the judge, prosecutor, and PD against you. They all tag team, they try to make you take the plea and served 10, 20 life without parole. Back in slavery. So separation is the key. Let's separate from the crackers that hate us and need niggas that let them infiltrate us. Weak ass, sweet ass. Talk when the cracker tell your ass to speak ass. Nigga, niggas dying and don't see none of y'all in these streets. Mama's crying, going to funerals every weekend. When you speak, you wanna say forgive your enemies? Please. Don't talk to me about peace. Niggas locked up with no voice to help them get free. Then they pop up and try to sell a nigga that same dream. The truth is, they don't give a damn about you or me. So please, don't talk to me about it. And I ain't trying to be like Pop Dog. I'm picking up what Pop left off. So hit him up, cause I'm coming for all y'all. Fuck Jada Pinkett, fuck Will Smith, fuck White Jesus for you Christian ass niggas. And I ain't forget still, fuck all you rapping faggot ass niggas getting fucked for a deal but claim you real. Apologize for the truth? No, never will. You looking at a UPK priest that tell it like it is. Niggas think they got freedom in America and they don't realize they freedom in America. That red, white, and blue flag supposed to represent your freedom to that red, white, and blue badge arrest you for no fucking reason. National Association, advancement of color people. Yeah, more like the other people. You put your trust in that fake ass Barack Obama, or join the real brotherhood with General Young. Niggas dying and don't see none of y'all in these streets. Mama's crying, going to funerals every weekend. When you speak, you wanna say forgive your enemies? Please. Don't talk to me about peace. Niggas locked up with no voice to help them get free. Then they pop up and try to sell a nigga that same dream. The truth is, they don't give a damn about you or me. So please, don't talk to me about peace. Hey, what they do, dawg? What they do, bro? You know what time it is, man. Coming out the boondocks, the ghettos, the barrios, nigga, the wood lots. You know what time it is, man. You know what I'm saying? It's a takeover, dawg. You know what I'm saying? Mr. 249, nigga, I ain't talking about the time, dawg. Yeah!
The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows.
The number of black
it's a
children
very
in poverty
mean
is now more
and
than the
nasty place,
population
and I don't
of
care how
kids.
tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is gonna hit as hard as life.
Child
But it ain't
can
about
be
how hard
coerced
you
into
hit.
giving a false
It's about how
confession.
hard you can get hit and keep moving forward.
I'm from a place where they don't deliver pizza and won't deliver my people, even if they call them FEMA. A place where black women say they don't need you, where everybody broke and selling dope, the only way to feed them. Shit is food bar, fucked up beyond all recognition. Crackers hiring 2 million niggas in prison. Now move your ass over, cause I'm coming hard like Captain Mashak Garment at the 49th pass over. They already know, don't piss me off and make me grab Captain Tazari up and load him up with 17 shots of Captain Captain and bust every round and make them connect like high-speed Wi-Fi. So don't cross that motherfucking line radio. Run west. This ain't what you want, Breakfast Club ass niggas. We ain't seeing y'all and don't give a damn if it's all trill y'all. And I ain't really a social media nigga. I'm more of a 3D up front, say it in your face, nigga. And every man ain't a faggot, and every faggot ain't no fucking man. Yeah, you heard what the fuck I said. My speech is rude, man up or move. You can't pick and choose who you con out of a con to. In this school, you will follow the rules, no excuse, and give a brother his respect that is due. I see a church sign, I cross that shit out and let them know for sure that UPK was fucking ill. I've been through it all, back against the wall, died and came back, so it ain't a man that I fucking feel. They say the truth will set you free, so when I tell you the truth, I'm making you free with this speech. Isaiah 49 and 23, get on your knees and kiss the boots of the kings and the priests. Truth and lies so mixed, that's like trying to put 2 men together and expect for them to have a kid. A Jew lies with the ish, so when you put the words together, all you is Jewish. I came to peep out your world, this is a nice place. Then he says it ain't for sale, just for showcase. My apologies, devil, you must mistake. I didn't come to ask, bitch, I came to take. Yeah! Who's the power? Who's the power? Who do we feel? The power we feel. Who do we feel? The power we feel. Who's your king? Who's your king? What's your name? Israel. See you looking still, acting like we strangers. But we blood brothers, hang each other like we fucking dangerous. Your mamas call us vagabond, so you don't hang with us. But I bet you hear me if I speak in your own language.
Live it, 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 live it.
I remember the days when y'all was picked on. I remember the days when y'all was shitted on. I remember the days when y'all stood alone. I remember Rachel, the baddest Haitian in my project homes.
Man, yeah. Yeah. Hey yo, my regimen is wake up in the morning, pissing excellence. Think you fucking with me, then you must be on that mescaline. Every track is evidence, it's evident. All these rappers are relevant. Kill them all and never show no sentiment. Me to touch the microphone for pro bono, show me the Benjamins. Only politicians that useless a dead president. Cash rules everything around me, get the Entenmann's. And I'm charging you double if you're an Eminem. Well, Kevin Federline is for my son's benefit, so every track is eminent. Bear witness to this testament. Round here, I'm working harder than a bunch of Mexicans. First mixtape, and I'm sounding like a veteran. Leave them feeling like they were drawn straight off of heroin. Greatest of all time, there ain't many that's better than. We won't lie, them kids from the lost tribe. Dawodan Katazai, reppin' for the most high.
I too bomb atomically, rap's anomaly. I'm a prodigy of prophecies, theories and philosophies. I gotta be the only man alive with these qualities. And I don't wanna brag, I want my people out of poverty. So burn down Sodom and all its wicked societies. And free us from the white man's democracies and policies, economies and colonies, monopolies, apologies. Fuck it, free from the white man entirely. I'm diabolical from my follicles to my molecules, unstoppable. Got all my enemies in my optical, methodical. The way I'm eliminating these obstacles, this is what I gotta do. Never has it been optional. My words are a weapon. You other rappers is kinda hype, but I'm the type to grab the mic and turn it into dynamite and smite any rapper that be biting like a parasite. If I don't get you now, then I visit you in the afterlife. Shut the fuck up.
Come on a little louder.
Just shut the fuck up.
Everybody in together now.
Shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up, man. Shut the fuck up.
What's that? I didn't hear you.
Just shut the fuck up.
Come on a little louder.
Shut the fuck up.
Everybody in together now.
Just shut the fuck up, man. Shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up.
ISUPK.
Yeah. Lost tribes.
UPK shit,
Strong
UPK shit.
palm. It's one west to the death of me. Some of the coldest young niggas you will ever see. Hit the streets and get treated like celebrities. Separate from the fake like they got leprosy. You wanna raise some real niggas, this the recipe. Turning boys into men is the specialty. My niggas heavy in the game like the referee. Y'all niggas talk loud, but you ain't impressing me. And it's the home of the truth too. We so plugged in, we don't need Bluetooth. The general still raising up new troops. Might let a devil bow down and kiss my new boots. We got that warrior spirit, y'all niggas too cute. Your pastor took your ties and went and bought a new suit. Then he went and bought a new coupe. Niggas start their own group like it's a new truth. You niggas fruity and sweet like Fruit Loops. I'm a killer, I don't murder, but I do shoot. We must protect the compound. Where I'm from, they fell in love with them gun sounds. Get in this body for real, niggas is wildin'. 3 of my brothers died at the hands of gun violence. Looking in the casket like damn, not again. At the funeral, knowing it could've been one of his friends. Could've been by some ends, could've been by some hoes. A couple bullet holes got them singing end of the road. Teaching niggas to code, they don't understand loyalty. And I'm a king, you don't understand royalty. You want some war on me? Here it is, come get it. Dumb lyrics, I'm really just having fun with it. Burn Babylon, let the bodies hit the flow. Lost tribes got the game in the figure 4. Letting niggas know the revolution televised. This ain't a song, I'm just ripping it for exercise. See, I can end any fight with a throat strike. Still giving all praise to the Most High. Slaying all them demons on God. Niggas out here acting like broads. They don't want no smoke with the squad. UPK shit, UPK shit. Slaying all them demons on God. Niggas out here acting like broads.
Fuck that fake shit, fuck that fake shit. This the home of the truth, harder than the pavement. Niggas losing their integrity just to get paid quick. We some real niggas straight from the bottom of the basement. We grew up with drug users when users ain't say shit, but now it's time to speak up and free our people from Satan. These crackers got us in their clutches, it's modern day slavery. It's a war, you can't win it when you high as planes, bitch. Some niggas stable as water, some niggas can follow orders. Some niggas don't know they niggas, my niggas across the border. They build walls and the porters, but nothing gon' stop the Lord. Cause we building up an army with soldiers in every quarters. From Canada down to Florida to London, we on them corners. Calling white people devils, no apologies in order. We just preparing slaughter for all these sons and their daughters who taught us to hate our fathers and brought us nothing but horrors. Slaying nothing but demons until the Lord come redeem us. Battling Sadducees just like Jesus with Nicodemus. We believe that we free, but we really don't know what free is. I promise you, until my seed receive the kingdom, I'm
Slaying all them demons on God. Niggas out here acting like broads. They don't want no smoke with the squad. UPK shit, UPK shit. Slaying all them demons on God. Niggas out here acting like broads. They don't want no smoke with the squad. UPK shit, UPK shit.
UPK shit, UPK shit. UPK shit, UPK shit.
ISUPK. Shalom. This is to all Israelite groups and all Israelite communities and all breakoffs from One West and breakoffs from breakoffs from breakoffs from breakoffs. No matter what rainbow uniform you wear, red, white, purple and white, all white, it don't matter. You should all treat the ISUPK like your weird, misunderstood Sabbaths. You shouldn't do anything until you counsel with the ISUPK. We'll tell you when and what to eat. We'll tell you who to marry. We'll tell you who to have sex with and how. We'll tell you how to resolve conflicts with your wives. We'll tell you how to resolve conflicts with your kids, your brothers, your sisters, your parents, your friends, everybody. We'll tell you when and how to pray. We'll tell you how to direct your life in a way that's pleasing to the Most High God of Israel and our Black King Yahushua, a.k.a. Jesus Christ. We will be to you instead of a God. Just like the Most High told Moses in Exodus 4:16 that Aaron would be to him instead of a mouth and he would be to Aaron instead of a God, that's what we'll do for you. It is what you all need because none of you know what the fuck you are doing. I pray you understand. Shalom.
You mean everything you need because I know you mean everything to Christ. And Christ means everything to me.
I called on the Lord. I said, "Man, Father, this is real. Will you watch over them? Will you raise them up to be strong? I'm just a man with flesh. This is what you call for in your scriptures. You said they wore studs and fringes, they got it on. You said they will follow the law, they doing it. You said under Yahushua they ought to love one another, and they doing it.
All right, Shalom, Yahba Shem Shabbat to the brothers. Shalom, Yahba Shema Alatham Yahba Shai to the sisters. Priest and Officer Lamawad of the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Tonight is the Wednesday law class brought to you by yours truly, ISUPK Dallas. And if you are not in the ISUPK, you are not in the truth. Tonight, we're going to go over some pretty easy to understand stuff. Basically, can an Israelite be perfect? Right? Can a Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man, woman, and child be perfect? The Christian church says that you can't, or most Christians say that you cannot. But the Bible and the Most High God and Yahweh, his only begotten Son, says that that's a lie. Now, how is it that we say that's a lie? Of course, we would have to prove that with these scriptures, right? But before we delve into these scriptures and prove that, can you be perfect? Is it hard to be perfect? A lot of simple people would say, yeah, it's very hard to be perfect, because of what you deal with every day in this world, in this society, in this age of time, right? There's so many distractions and so many temptations. Well, let's just think about that for a second, since we're the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, right? Practically, it is very simple to not do certain things. Why? Because you just have to not do it. Some people say that's easier said than done. Well, is it easy not to sleep with a 304? Pretty easy, right? You just don't do it. What if she got you cornered, right? Got you back against the wall. What does that mean? That still don't mean you gotta sleep with the sister, right? Don't sleep with a woman or a man for that matter, that's of a different nation, meaning they are not so-called Black, Hispanic, or Native American. How hard is it to not do that? Not very hard. It just takes what? Self-discipline. I think that's what Christians need to start saying when they say no one can be perfect. Just say that most people don't have the self-discipline to be perfect. Because that's what it really boils down to. You don't have the self-discipline and the obedience to be perfect. But don't try to act like God gave some kind of laws that we can't live by. You can't tell me that you can't come to me with the BS talking about God is love, 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 but he gave us a law that we can't live by. That's not love then. It's not love. It's not love if I tell my children to do this, this, and this, and I know that they can't do it. I don't love my children then because I'm giving them impossible goals to live by, impossible rules to govern themselves by, right? That sounds ludicrous. You know, in this society that we live in, right? I'm gonna hip y'all some. Y'all two listen to this real quick, right? I want y'all to hear me on this one because y'all are gonna come across this, and I want you to know when and if this ever happens to you, so that you know what's going on. All right. When you get into the workforce, and when I mean the workforce, I'm talking about if you choose to go into a professional workforce that's like an office type, right? They have things called office politics, right? Y'all know about office politics, right? Right. So in office politics, if you're asked to do something that seems, if you're given goals to meet, right? But you, as hard as you work, you're not meeting those goals, right? You're working hard. You're like, dang man, I didn't make it or whatever. And they talk to you, and you're like, I'll try harder and all of that. But you keep trying harder, but you just miss the goal. You just miss the mark. Understand it's not you. It's not you. They're setting you up for failure. They're setting you up to be fired. They can't outright. Well, here in Texas, they can fire you for any reason, right? But they don't like to do it because even in that, um, there's certain things you can double back on them, and you can take them to court or whatever, saying I was fired unjustly or whatever the case may be. So what they do is, and I learned this. I learned this a while back. What they do is they give you unobtainable goals. So if you're ever anybody watching this, if you're ever working an office job and there's office politics, and you're given these goals to meet, and you work hard, and for some reason you just missed the goal, or you just can't reach the goal, it's because the goal was never set for you to meet. They're trying to get rid of you, and they're going to get rid of you, right? You just need to understand what's going on. Here in Texas, I tell most people, if they have the right to fire me at any time for any reason, I have the right to leave at any time for any reason. You see what I'm saying? Why would I give a 2-week notice? Why? So they can work me like a dog the last 2 weeks at work, and then they could care less about me leaving, because that job is going to go on with or without you. And that overseer, that taskmaster, that manager, that supervisor they have over you, he or she could care less about you. Could care absolutely 2 pennies about you. It's not the word I want to say, but I'm gonna say it like that. So if they're setting up goals that you can't obtain, it's because they're getting ready to get rid of you. They just have to build the case against you, right? So if you know this and you see this coming, because the writing will be on the wall, you just have to recognize it. You have a decision to make at that point: stay and be used, or leave. You know that dude. I don't even. Was that dude in California? Was that an Israelite, or was that a so-called white man? Do y'all know? The one that burnt down the warehouse in California, the toilet paper warehouse, or whatever it was.
I heard about that story, but I'm not sure if there is.
So look that up real quick. But if it was one of our people, they don't work. They work us, to the bone, as they would say. This has been a saying uh, since as long as I've been alive. Um, that they work you to the bone. Slavery just took a different form. Now slavery just encompasses everybody, right? Those who would subject themselves to it. The low poverty people. They get you in these warehouses, and they know you don't have any kind of specialized skills. They know that you don't have any degrees or anything that this society looks for to give you some kind of status, right? And so they work you to death. Retirement is not for the poor. It is not. Retirement is not even for the middle class for the most part, unless you're very, very smart and know what to do. I know a lot of people that retire and they still have to work a job. Go ahead.
So he's Caucasian.
Is a Caucasian man.
Well, he looks to be a Caucasian.
So the Caucasian man don't put up with it. You see what I'm saying? Caucasian man, like, man, you working me to death, and I ain't even have enough money to pay my bills. I'm burning this thing down. That's how the so-called white man works anyway. In anything he does. If he feels like he's losing, he will burn the whole house down. That's what he does. And in that, he gives us Christianity and tells us we cannot be perfect, right? And our people buy that slogan. I just say like that: hook, line, and sinker. I meet so many of our people that are in Christianity, and they like to say, "Oh, brother, we're all sinners. We can't be perfect." I don't listen, because you're a liar. If you're not speaking out of this book, if any man speak, let him speak as the oracles of God. Meaning you need to be coming out of this book. And if you're not coming out of this book, you're a liar. Don't tell me I can't be perfect. And Christ told me I can. Right? So that's what we're getting into tonight. Can a man or a woman or a child, for that matter, be perfect? Can you? Can you not fill your greedy mouth with shrimp, crab, lobster, pork, I mean, what else? Can you not sleep with another man's wife? Can you not have a garment with fringes? Can you not cut your hair off? Can you not grow your beard? Or is it that you don't want to? Is it that this society tells you that you can do whatever you want? So you say, can't nobody tell me what to do. But you go on the job, your manager can tell you what to do, can't he? The cops can tell you what to do, can't they? The government can tell you what to do, can't they? But when the priests and prophets of the Lord come and tell you what the Lord requires, you tell us, can't nobody judge you, can't nobody tell you what to do, can't nobody be perfect, brother. You're an absolute liar. And I challenge any Christian to prove me wrong. Challenge you. Prove me wrong. Because I'm going to stand with the Lord. And you say you stand with the Lord, but I don't even see it on you. Know them by their fruits, right? I don't even see it on you. Loudmouth, cackling women in the church, trying to usurp authority over the congregation, over the men. You telling me you can't do that? You can't stop doing that? Brothers and sisters gotta hit the pipe. You can't take the pipe out your mouth. You can't take the weed out your mouth. Can't stop inhaling, getting high. Yeah, you can do that. It's that you don't want to do that. That's why you can't be perfect. That's why you're a sinner, as Christians say. Because it's not about if you can do it. It's about if you want to do it. Do you want to be in the kingdom of heaven? That's the question you should ask yourself. Do you want to serve the Lord? That's the question you should ask yourself. Do you want to be righteous before the Lord? These are the questions you should ask yourself. And those are the answers you should seek. Don't come before a man of the ISUPK and tell us, oh, brother, nobody's perfect. You can't be perfect. You're an absolute liar. And the truth is not in you. Not my words. We got a Christian church right next door to us. And they coming in right now. I'm watching them walk right by, and they about to have a little service in there lying to each other. Because they ain't gonna be coming out of this book like that. And I get louder when I see that. I get louder. I want them to hear me. Yeah, you can be perfect. Christ said I could be perfect. Don't believe me. Let's get into this thing. How can a man, woman, or child be perfect? How can a man, woman, child of the 12 tribes of Israel, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, be perfect and blameless? It's the key word right there. Blameless before the Most High God. Was Christ blameless? What does it mean to be blameless? Meaning you can't get me for anything. You can't come and say I did this or I did that. You can't point to something and say he did this, he did that. Because if you can, I'm not blameless. I'm with blame. You can blame it on me. That's your Christian. That's your Christian right there. You can point to something. Oh, brother, we not under the law. It's grace. It's grace, brother. Let's go to Romans 6:1 just real quick. Romans 6:1, right? It's grace, brother. I get so sick of Christians. You don't even know what you're saying when you say that. Romans 6:1. What shall we say then? Question. What shall we say then? Shall we continue, meaning keep on? Shall we continue in sin that grace? We in grace, brother. We not under the law. We in grace. Shall we continue in sin that grace may abound? Meaning that grace takes over, that grace takes the wheel. You like some of y'all Christians, I ain't even gonna say some, a lot of y'all Christians is like a nigga without a self-driving car. And you just throw your hands up and say, Lord, take the wheel. You gonna crash the car. You gonna crash the car. It's not a Tesla with self-driving. You in a Ford F-150 and you throw your hands up and say, Lord, take the wheel. Mapatazar, shall we continue in sin that grace may abound? What's that?
Lord forbid.
He said, Lord forbid. Hatazan, what say you?
Lord forbid.
Lord forbid. What say the scripture? Let's go to verse 2. God forbid. So we don't continue in sin that grace may abound. So that grace can take over. Take the wheel, Lord. Go ahead.
It's funny to me because Christians, like, they live in the same world that we do, so certain things it just make sense until it comes to the Bible. Like if I told you that you had a grace period on your bill, you wouldn't be like, "Oh, well, I don't have to pay the bill."
Right.
You would just be like, "Well, I have to save my money." And then
Right. Yeah. Right.
But suddenly, when it comes to scripture,
Yeah. Yeah. If you got a utility bill, just for the audience, if you couldn't hear him, if you got a utility bill and you can't pay it, you call the utility company and you ask them, "Hey, I'll have it this Friday," and they say to you, "You know what? We'll give you to this Friday." That's called a grace period, meaning a period of time they're giving you grace to get yourself together so you can get the money. Guess what? Friday come, you better have the money. Well, what's gonna happen? You ain't gonna have no lights. You ain't gonna have no water. You ain't gonna have no gas. What was you gonna say, Hot Design?
Oh, sorry. If I may, what I was about to say was that what he was bringing out was so heavy because, like, Christians will always try to use the grace excuse to commit sins.
More sin.
Yeah, more
Yeah.
sins and debauchery.
Yeah.
But then they'll be the same ones who, when it comes to a grace period, like if you give me grace to
Right.
hit you, right?
Yeah.
How many times can I hit you?
It's that saying, give an inch, take a mile.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? I give you grace, you don't know what to do with it. You know what it is? Since there's that which is then is now, and that which is now is to be. Right? What am I saying when I say that? Do either one of y'all know? That which is then is now, and that which is now is to be. Do any of y'all know what? Anybody online know what I'm saying?
The past is repeating itself, and
You own it.
the past is repeating itself, and the prophecies of the Bible will come to fruition.
Take out the prophecies will come to fruition. When you say the past repeats itself, right? What do you mean by that?
The same problems and the same things we're going through now, we went through before.
Right. And what's going to happen in the future?
That
Same thing. There's nothing new. The only thing changing is time and technology. The people on this planet are the absolute same. Why am I bringing this up? Why am I saying this? Right? Because we're talking about grace. You're right. You're right. What's going on now and what? Yeah, you're right. Right? It's the same thing over and over. Right? All the people on this planet were here before. Your soul is just entering a new body. Right? You still an Israelite. You die back then, you come back an Israelite now. You die now, you're gonna come back an Israelite then. Same with the other nations. So it's the same people, same things. Now, why am I saying this when we come talking about grace? These same people were the same people in the wilderness. These are the same people back then that were sacrificing and sinning and sacrificing, sinning and sacrificing, sinning and sacrificing. What do they do now? Sin. Oh, Lord, forgive me. Sin. Oh, Lord, forgive me. Sin. Oh, Lord, forgive me. That's all they do. They always sorry. Some of y'all have children that are always sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Why are they sorry? Because you know you're gonna get the belt. But are they sorry? Are they sorry, Mapatazar? They ain't sorry. They just sorry they got caught. A Christian knows the Lord sees them. Oh, I'm sorry. You know I'm weak, Lord. What do they say? What do Christians say? Christians say, the Lord knows I'm going through some things. He understands. When did the Lord tell you that? When you had this relationship with him? The Lord don't even know he in a relationship with you. You got a relationship. That's like having a relationship with somebody you saw at the mall that you thought was fine, and they don't even know who you are. You know how crazy you sound? That's my girl. That's my girl over there. Well, hey man, tell her come eat with us. Nah, I'm gonna let her do her. I'm gonna let her. That's y'all with the Lord. That's a lot of Christians with the Lord. I got a relationship with God. And then when you ask him about God, well, he knows my heart. That man, the Lord don't know you. The Lord don't know you. Never knew you. I go into that. But anyway, let me go. I'm in Romans chapter 6, verse 2. God forbid, meaning we shouldn't continue in sin that grace may abound. Did you have something about to say? Was you trying to say something? Oh, okay. Verse 2, God forbid. How shall we that are dead to sin live any longer therein? Now, it's a question. How shall we, meaning the Israelites, who are dead to sin, live any longer therein? Why is he saying this? He's saying this because Christ put his life on the line for us. Because up to this point, before Christ, we had no atonement for our sins. This is what Christians don't understand. This is where they miss. It goes right over their head. It goes right over their head because they get on this new covenant, New Testament kick when it's not really New Testament and Old Testament. It's all just the Testament, right? Christ didn't have a New Testament. So he was going off of the prophets of old, right? But it goes right over their head when you talk about sin. So it's saying in verse 2, how shall we that are dead to sin live any longer therein? So we could not atone for our sin because we were sinning and sacrificing, just like Christians do today with the whole, we can't be perfect. God knows my heart. And then you just go out and sin, and then you ask for forgiveness. Sin, ask for forgiveness. Right? But here it's saying, how are we dead to sin? We're dead to sin because Christ put it all away from us. He wiped the slate clean. So now we're dead to that. So the question is, how shall we that are dead to sin live any longer therein? Meaning you want to go back? He just wiped it clean. Man, that's like serving a 20-year prison sentence, right? 20-year prison sentence. You had 30 felonies. And one day, somebody convinced the justice system to wipe your slate clean. You can go get a job anywhere and they'll see nothing on your file. Absolutely nothing. But instead of you taking it and running with it, you go rob a bank. And you ask the justice system, I'm sorry. My bad. They like, man, we just cleared your record. We just wiped it absolutely clean. You had a new chance in life. An absolute chance in life. Not everybody gets that. These other nations, they don't get that. Israel, we get that. So if you're dead to sin, how you gonna live any longer therein? How? How does that work? How do you go back? How do you go back when you realize Christ died so that you could live? How do you go back? It's crazy. You got mental issues, right? Oh, he knows we weak. That what they say, Hot Design? They know we weak. He knows the flesh. We were born in sin.
No man can be perfect.
No man can be. We were born in corruptible flesh.
I'm only human.
I'm only human. I'm only human.
Made a whole song about that.
I'm only human. Well, felines are only felines, right? But the lion is still the king of the jungle. You see what I'm saying? Tell me we only human. Israel is the king of the jungle. And so we have to act as such, right? Verse 3, I'm in Romans chapter 6, verse 3. Know ye not that so many of us as were baptized into Jesus Christ, Yahweh in the Hebrew, were baptized into his death? Our old man, the man that went out and was a player, pimp, and a hustler, you know what I'm saying? 10 toes down in these streets. You know what I'm saying? Nigga with the bag, he died that day. That day that you realized the truth of this Bible. That day you understood the truth of why Christ gave his life. Understanding what's required of you. That man died that day. And something new was born. And you want to take that newborn child and put him back? Not in the UPK, you won't. You won't be in here with that because we want the kingdom, right? We want to serve the Lord. You don't want to serve the Lord? Go your way and leave us alone at the end of the day. Wait till Christ comes back and you go to him and you say, Lord, 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 I've done many wondrous things in your name. And I'm paraphrasing when I say this. And he gonna look at you and he gonna say, man, get away from me. I don't know you. That is your typical Christian. That's what's gonna happen to your typical Christian. But anyway, I digress. All right. Being perfect. Being perfect. Let's go to Psalms 19 and 7. How do we be perfect? How do we do it? Let's go to Psalms 19 and 7. If anybody knows how we be perfect, please let me know. Scam like it. I don't know why I have a hard time finding Psalms. That's why. Salaki. Psalms 19 and 7. How can we be perfect? How? That's the question. All right. Because what's the other thing Christians say when it comes to Christ? Since we on perfect. This should be an easy question for you two. What's that?
That Christ is God.
Well, they do say Christ is God. That's a cop out.
Yeah.
That's just a straight up cop out. But what when it comes to perfect, what do they say when it comes to Christ?
Christ was the only perfect.
He was the only perfect man. My bad. What was you gonna say?
Another thing they say is that the old law was done away with.
But they say the old law was done away with. You right, you're right. It's keeping the commandments, right? So don't take my word for it. Let's get the scripture on it. Psalms 19:7. The law of the Lord is perfect. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. We got a problem. We got a problem. Like they would say, Houston, we have a problem, right? Speaking of that, do y'all think they went to the moon? That Artemis 2, whatever it is. Do y'all think they went to the moon?
Probably not. Probably not.
Y'all think they went to the moon this time?
I'm gonna say it's. I'm not entirely sure, but I'll say it's more likely now than they did back then.
More likely? More likely they went.
Yeah, it's more likely.
I don't. This brother online say nope. Nope. I wish I had that. I wish I had that the button that I nope. Yep. I don't believe they went. Yeah, he said who filmed it? Who filmed it? That's a good question. Who filmed it? And who filmed it? But anyway, I don't want to get into conspiracy theories. I'm not gonna do that. We on about being perfect. Because Christians say we can't be perfect. Christians, and I'm saying that loud for a reason, say we can't be perfect. You wish you had a chariot to go live on another planet. Why? You don't need to go to another planet. This is your planet. I don't need to go nowhere. You know why? Because I have a king that's coming to redeem us and put us in power on this planet right here. I don't need no chariot to come. I ain't on no Negro spiritual. I'm not downplaying what you're saying. What I'm saying is I don't need no Negro spiritual to talk about swing low, sweet chair. I don't need it. I don't need it. All I need is this right here that tells me he's coming back to. Yeah. So no, I don't need it. Oh, Christians definitely want to go to another planet, especially when it comes to following this so-called white man. Yeah, they definitely want to go to another planet. They want to go to another planet because they don't believe they can be perfect. Our people that are in Christianity don't believe you can be perfect. So yeah, they want to go to another planet because they're trying to hide. Trying to escape judgment. Well, if a 99-year-old Nazi can't escape the white man's judgment, they damn for sure ain't gonna escape the Lord's judgment. I don't care if they planet hop from planet to planet. It's gonna be like Thanos. It's gonna be like Scorpion on Mortal Kombat. Get over here. You can go to Pluto. It don't matter. It don't matter. But it does matter if you're perfect and blameless as an Israelite of the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. That matters. That's how you escape judgment. Can judgment judge somebody that's blameless? Lie, right? Can't judge somebody that don't have anything for you to judge. This is what Christians can't understand. This is what the rest of the world can't understand. You can't blame somebody for something that don't have anything to blame them for. You can't do it. Cops can't come in here and tell me that I just robbed a convenience store when I've been online for an hour. I've been in front of a camera for an hour. How did I rob a store? You can't. I got proof. So if I'm living by the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High God, I'm blameless. I'm on, the Lord sees everything. I'm on camera. I'm on camera. You're on camera every day. 24 hours a day, 365 days until Christ come back. Well, let that sink in for a minute. Let it really sizzle in your spirit. For those that don't like to be on camera, you're on camera every single day by the Most High God. And this so-called white man. When you go outside, guess what? You on camera. He got satellites in the sky. He got cameras on every corner, every store, every building. So how do you combat that? You want to put an end to this society that we live in? Guess what you should do? Can anybody? You're right. Your cell phone. Your cell phone is recording you every day. What if you want to end this society and break this economy down? What should you do? What should you do as a Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian? Any of you brothers know? What should you do? If you wanted to end this society that we live in right now, if you want to break the economy down, what should you do? What is one of the first things you should do? You keep the commandments of the Most High God. And in keeping the commandments of the Most High God, what are you doing in this world? You loving your brother, that's true. But what are you doing? What are you not doing in this world? Go ahead. You're not going to follow after things in the world. That's true. But go ahead, Artisan.
You'll be excluding yourself from the sinful and debaucherous acts of the world.
You own it. You own it. But how do they govern? How do they govern the society?
Via their laws.
Their laws, right? So what should you not do? If they govern the society by laws, what should you not do? It's the same thing you wouldn't do. You would not break the law, right? Now, when you're not breaking the law, what happens?
You wouldn't be similar to the Bible. You wouldn't be under the law. You wouldn't be.
But what in this society? I want you to think about in the world, in this society. If you don't break the law, what will not happen?
You will not be arrested.
You won't be arrested, and you won't go where? To jail. So if you don't go to jail, if you're not arrested, right? If everybody, who mainly is in jail? Israelites, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are mainly in jail, even though we only make up a small portion of the population, right? But we make up a large population in the prisons, right? So you want to end this society, stop committing crimes. And if you obey the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High God, you won't commit crimes. So if you're not committing crimes, guess what? They don't need police officers. If they don't have police officers to make arrests and you go to jail, what else do they not need? What else they don't need if they don't need police officers? You know?
If they don't need police officers, then they won't need
Think very practically.
judges.
They won't need judges either. No. Well, who else won't they need? Because where do you go once they arrest you?
Oh, they won't need wardens, prison wardens.
Wardens, but who else? Who works under the wardens?
Security guards. Well,
Man, prison guards.
yeah, prison guards.
They won't. You'll put so many people out of work. You'll crash this society. You'll crash a whole arm. Well, yeah, you would. You would crash a whole arm of this so-called white man's society, the justice system, the legislative branch of government, because there's no need at that point. No need. But anyway, I digress. Let's get this is Psalms 19 and 7. The law of the Lord is perfect, converting the soul, meaning it's going to change your mindset. You are now going to think a different way. You're not going to think like that old man used to think, plotting all the time, trying to do all the things in the world. You're not going to think like that anymore. The testimony of the Lord is sure, meaning he tells you that by doing this, you will inherit the kingdom. His testimony will be sure. All the things he tells you that is going to happen, all the gifts and the blessings and everything like that that's going to happen, it's going to happen, right? Making wise the simple, meaning they tell you go to college, get a degree, and that's the only way that you're smart and intelligent and all of that. When the Lord says he'll make wise the simple, Solomon was the wisest man on the planet. What college he graduated from? Any one of y'all tell me what college Solomon graduated from? None. Yeah, he graduated from the College of the Most High God. That's where he graduated from. Yeah, that's what he got graduated from. So much so that all these other kings and queens around him came to him. All right. Verse 8, the statutes of the Lord are right, rejoicing the heart. The commandment of the Lord is pure, enlightening the eyes. Verse 9, the fear of the Lord is clean, enduring forever. And you better fear the Lord and what he's going to do to you if you don't keep these laws, statutes, and commandments. The judgments of the Lord are true and righteous altogether. So when he judges you for not keeping the law because you can't be perfect, just understand that his judgment is true and righteous. There ain't gonna be no, Lord, I was born in corruptible flesh. And the sayings that Christians, man, I swear, it is crazy to me. Every man was born a sinner. He was just out the gate. Out the gate, you was a sinner. You didn't even know how to talk. That's crazy, Hot Design. You came out the womb a sinner. You didn't even know where you was. But you was a sinner. You was sinning already. Even though sinning is transgression of the law. You come out the womb, you don't even know what the law is unless you're born with the Spirit. Right? The Holy Spirit. All right. Now, this is the precept for what? Matthew chapter 48. Because y'all tell me that we can't be perfect. Or at least Christians tell me that. And I'm going to tell you you're a liar. Not because I'm just saying you're a liar. Christ says you're a liar, right? Because you're going contrary to what Christ says. This is Matthew chapter 5, verse 48. And this is Christ, all right? Be ye therefore perfect. I'm going to say it again. Be ye therefore perfect, as your Father which is in heaven is perfect. And for all you that says Jesus is God, pay attention. Be ye therefore perfect, even as your Father which is in heaven is perfect. So if Christ is the Most High God, he just said the Father is in heaven. Well, Christ right now, right here is on earth. So how he in heaven and he in a body on earth too. Like, I don't even want to get into Jesus is God thing. Like that, I listen to that all day today. They even have some live YouTubes of other people. Like, if you're not in the ISUPK, and this is for anybody listening, if you're not in the ISUPK and you coming out the mouth trying to debate with Christians about, if you are not authorized to teach out of this book, you do not know how to defend the Lord. I listened to a brother today on YouTube Live, and they were cooking him. I was watching him get cooked. He was stuttering, couldn't get his words together, all this stuff. Why did you come on this live? He was getting cooked by some atheists. Well, a couple of them were atheists, and then some of them were Christian. Absolutely cooked with that whole Trinitarian doctrine. Anyway, Matthew chapter 5, verse 48. Be ye therefore perfect, even as your Father which is in heaven is perfect. Christ said to be ye perfect as your Father in heaven is perfect. Don't come around me and fix your mouth to tell me you can't be perfect. If you know me or any brother in the ISUPK and you come around us and say, oh, brother, you know we can't be perfect, I am going to cook you. I am absolutely going to destroy your doctrine. And I'm going to do it so simplistically, so practically. I'm not going to make it complicated. I'm not going to make it an argument. It is going to be simple ABC 1, 2, 3. Get the F away from me. That's all it's going to be. Because you don't serve the Lord. So you cannot be a brother of mine. All right. All right. Let's move on. Was Christ the only perfect man? Was Christ the only perfect man, Hatazan?
Sir.
He was not the only perfect man. Let me go to Luke. Because Christians will try to tell me, well, Christ is God. So of course he was perfect. Of course he was perfect. He was a deity. Right? Ain't that right, Patazan? I'll make sure you wait back there. Christ is a deity. That, I mean, so of course, if Christ is a deity, right? If Christ is God, it wouldn't have made sense for him to come here. It wouldn't. It wouldn't. Why am I saying that? Can anybody tell me why I'm saying that it wouldn't make sense for him to come here? Go ahead, Atazan.
Couple cuts first, because the whole purpose of him coming here was to be an example to the people of how to follow the law. Like, he's supposed to be
it was
living example.
It was to,
he was a deity,
right,
and he can only follow the law because of that.
Mhm.
Then the whole purpose for his journey would be pointless, because he would know that humanity wouldn't be able to produce.
What can I say as a man if I know Christ is God?
That you don't have to be perfect, because the only perfect man was God.
You right, but you're not right. You're right, but what can I say?
Restate the question.
So what can I? If Christ came here and Christ was God, or a deity, a half God, whatever you want to say, because they tell me that God slept with Mary. That's wild. That I got a God that says do not commit adultery, but he committed adultery. That's wild as hell. Or he didn't commit adultery, He just slept with her first and made her an adulteress after she then went and slept with you know, golly, I'm forgetting people's names. Joseph. So anyway, I digress. But what could I say if he was a half God or if he was God? What can I say as a regular man?
What can you say if Christ is God?
Yeah. What can I say?
Well, they would be like, well, a lot of Christians.
Concerning the law, what can I say?
If Christ is God, what can you say concerning the law?
Yeah.
That it was only possible for him to keep the law perfectly because he is God.
There you go. If Christ is God and I'm nothing but a man, well, of course he could keep the law. He was a God. I'm a man.
So I feel on that point.
Yeah, go ahead.
What you was bringing up earlier, the ways Christians believe that Christ is Son of God, as in like Mary, God, the Most High God,
Right.
Mary pregnant.
Right. I'm just.
Do Christians even realize just how insulting and disrespectful that is?
No, they don't realize it.
And if they do, they don't care.
They don't realize that that's insulting to Christ. You know why they don't know? They don't realize that it's insulting to Christ because they go out and sin every day.
Oh, that's crazy.
They go out and sin every day. They insult Christ every day, all day, and especially on Sunday. On Sunday, like is like the ultimate slap in the Most High's face, because the Most High is the one that said, "Keep the Sabbath and don't profane it." And they said, "You know what? Not only we gonna profane it, we gonna keep it on a whole nother day. We gonna keep it on a whole nother." That's how much we think about your laws, and ain't nobody gonna tell us any different. Hey, you point to the Bible where it says, "Don't do this." That's your interpretation, brother. I didn't interpret nothing. I just read it. Go ahead.
This is why I can never go back to Christianity. It's one of those things that when you see it, you can't unsee it. The Christian church is completely devoid of it.
Once you see the BS, you can never unsee it. Once you come to the truth and knowledge of this Bible and who the people in this Bible are, meaning Israelites or non-Israelites, you can never unsee it. You can never, once you understand the concept of this Bible on how to read it, you can never read it and not see it again. You cannot. I just got through telling my rib this the other day. Once you understand how to read this Bible, right? It's like math. In math class, and since y'all are students, I'm gonna ask y'all this. I'm gonna see tonight what y'all are learning. Y'all take math, right? In college, right? Because you got to take college algebra, right? You took college algebra in high school? Okay. When you studied, they gave you practice problems, did they not? Now, when you took the test, were the problems the same, but they were just different? Were they ordered the same as the practice problems? They weren't. So what did you have to do?
I had to take the knowledge from the practice questions and apply it to the questions given.
So even let's say it's the same numbers. Let's say it's the same exact numbers in the problem, but the problem is ordered in a different order. So it doesn't look the same as on the practice test. It's ordered differently. Is that going to trip you up?
Laws.
Why?
Because the way to solve the problem is the same.
You say what now?
The formula is still the same.
The formula is still the same? Which is also the what? the concept, right?
Oh,
So once you learn the concept, it didn't matter how they structured the problem, right?
oh,
Because you could restructure it to how you need it to come back to the answer. Is that correct?
oh.
So it's the same with the Bible. Once you understand who these people are, once you understand how this is written, you understand the concept. So when you start reading it, now you can put everything together. You're no longer confused. You may run into some things that you're like, ooh, that's a little tough. I don't know exactly what he's talking about. So you have to ask somebody. You have to ask. But once you come to the basic concept, the basic knowledge of what the Bible is saying, you now run into like Gentile. And so you read above and below, and now you know, okay, this is an Israelite Gentile. This is not a non-Israelite Gentile. You start to understand what's going on. You understand that when it talks about there's neither Jew nor Greek, bond nor free, man nor woman, we are all one in Christ Jesus. You understand that we were in captivity in Greece and we weren't allowed to call ourselves Israelites, be Israelites, keep our customs or any of that. And that's what this is talking about. Not that now everybody can come into this, right? But when you're in the Christian church, you're only learning the problem one way. And now when you present it, you read on over in the book, you're presented with a different problem, but it's the same numbers, the same characters. But you're confused. You're confused because you're like, this is contradicting itself. God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten son that whosoever believeth on him shall never perish. He loved the world. And then you read on a few verses later, God prayed for them. He prayed not for the world. Wait a minute. Wait, hold on. It's contradicting, is it not? That contradicts itself. How you say he gave his only begotten son to save the world, but then Christ said, I pray for them, I pray not for the world. You know how Christians solve that problem?
How do Christians solve that problem?
Yeah, you know how they get around that? You know?
They just ignore it.
No, they don't ignore it.
They use it to their benefit to basically say that,
Yeah, see, you see it. In one verse it says he gave his only begotten son, that whosoever believeth, right? And he loved the world. Then a few verses on it says he prayed for them, he prayed not for the world. Now, if I'm a Christian and I read that, it seems like we just came to a contradiction. So how do I get around it?
a Christian will probably say that where it says that in order to not be included with that, what it means by you pray for them and not the world, it means those that worship him. Like they bring the concept of spiritual Israel.
The believers.
Yeah, they
The believers. He's talking about the believers, brother.
Yeah.
He's talking about the spirit, brother. The spirit. when you can't explain something, you just explain it away. You bring up magical Disneyland things. It's the spirit, brother.
I've noticed that.
Yeah, go ahead.
I've noticed that I was having a debate with this Christian at my job about whether or not Christ was God. So I broke it down like this. I was like, okay, so Christ is the Father, but he's the Son of the Father at the same time.
Yeah.
And the Bible says he sits at the right hand of the Father.
Yeah,
you know what he told me?
What's that?
I don't got basically that same thing. It's the spirit.
Yeah, they start talking about the nature.
The nature.
They have the same nature.
They have the same nature.
I swear they make Christ schizophrenic.
They really do.
Christ is out here talking to himself, talking about if this cup, if it be so, let this cup pass from me. Well, if I'm God, I'm just gonna drop the cup.
Right. Yeah, right.
What am I asking for? Why am I? I'm not asking anything. If I don't want to do it, I'm just not gonna do it. I'd say, hold on one sec. I'd be like, these niggas ain't worth dying for. That's what I'm gonna say. Wait, he asked first. Go ahead, Mupatisa.
Even with that scripture right there, God was afraid to die.
God was afraid to die. That's what they're saying right there. Is that God was afraid to die when they say that Christ is God. And it was only for a fleeting moment that Christ, it was just, I mean, you think about it, he knew what was coming. Anybody, I even like that's how much more respect I have for Christ, because he knew it was coming. And for a split second, he was like, man, if I ain't gotta go through this, please let it just pass from me. You know what I'm saying? And God answered him. It was basically like, man, what you talking about? Christ was like, my bad. my bad. Get myself right. What was you gonna say, Hot Design?
So what I was about to say is, with Christians trying to say that Christ is God, the biggest problem with that statement is with, again, where you brought up the point with Christ saying, "If it be your will, let this cup pass over." If he was, as you brought up, if he was the Most High, he could just put down the cup. But another thing is, if he was the Most High, he still wanted this to happen, but at the same time didn't want to do it himself. Why didn't he just pass the cup on to somebody else?
He could have gave it to he couldn't give it to somebody else because he would have to be blameless.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
But
and nobody was blameless. I guess he could have gave it to one of the disciples.
yeah.
He could have made a why didn't he make a disciple that was blameless?
Yeah.
Why he didn't bring one of the angels with him?
Oh,
You see where we get into the problems when you follow the Christian doctrine?
yeah.
When you follow them, it's so many possibilities that you could get into. You see what I'm saying? Because it all amounts to nothing. It's all vain. The doctrine produces nothing. And when I mean it produces nothing, meaning you got churches on every corner in the hood, and the hood is still the hood. It ain't produced nothing. More single baby mothers, more pimps and players, But there'll be that NFL star that'll come back every once in a while, thanking the Lord for making him an NFL star. Well, there's a problem even with that. The so-called white boys that's in the NFL, some of them don't believe in God. So God bless them too. There's some Asians in there don't believe in God. There's some atheists that are NFL stars and they don't believe in God. So did God still bless them? People don't think about these things. They don't think about these things. Maybe it's because that's not what God requires. He doesn't require you to be a great NFL star or NBA player or anything like that. He doesn't mind if you are, but they think giving money to the poor makes them righteous. When the Bible says, be ye therefore perfect as your Father in heaven is perfect, that's what makes you righteous. Blameless. But you hear of NFL stars, NBA stars, rappers, entertainers, actors, actresses. You notice something when I get on actors? When did we stop calling women actresses? Y'all haven't picked up on that? Y'all even noticed that? They call women actors. I remember there's a time. See, y'all don't even remember it. See, that's how they suddenly wipe things away. If anybody knows what I'm talking about, let me know. That's how they subtly wipe things away. They don't call women actresses anymore. It used to be actors and actresses. Now they're actors. They're all actors, right?
Oh, they don't call them. Sorry if I may.
Well,
They don't call them actresses anymore.
no. Go. See, that's what I'm saying. It's so subtle, you don't even notice it for the most part. I notice it because I'm on it. I'm on it. When these actresses be up there taking an award or something, and they speak about themselves being an actor, they don't say actress anymore because we're in a it's subtle. It's just like they tried to tell us that Sinbad wasn't in a movie called Shazam. That never happened. See, y'all don't know about that. Yeah, that's before y'all's time. If anybody out there is my age and knows what I'm talking about, there was a movie back in the day called Shazam. Now Shaq had a movie called Shazam as well. See, they can't slip it by us. But yeah, now today they tell us that's the Mandela effect. That it really didn't happen. We just thought it happened. I watched the movie. I had it on VHS. Anyway, I digress. Let's get back to this. So let's go to Luke chapter 1 and verse 1. Luke chapter 1, verse 1. All right. For as much as many have taken in hand to set forth in order a declaration of those things which are most assuredly believed among us. I wonder what they believed. Verse 2, even as they delivered them unto us, which from the beginning were eyewitnesses and ministers of the word. So he's talking about the prophets delivered this law, statutes, and commandments unto us, which was from the beginning, right? It seemed, verse 3, it seemed good to me also, having had perfect understanding of all things from the very first, to write unto thee in order, most excellent Theophilus. Verse 4, that thou mightest know the certainty of those things wherein thou hast been instructed. Verse 5. Let me see. Where am I? Okay. We're gonna read on down. There was in the days of Herod, the king of Judea, a certain priest named Zacharias of the course of Abiah, and his wife was of the daughters of Aaron, and her name was Elizabeth. All right. I want y'all to remember this story when you come across Christians who say, "Oh, brother, you can't be perfect." Y'all listen to this? Do y'all know this? Y'all know who y'all know who Zachariah and Elizabeth are? Y'all don't know who they are? Who are they? Don't give me a kind on one kind and you don't know.
Nah, sir, I don't recall.
You don't know who that is? When I tell you who it is, you should remember this when you come across a Christian that tells you you can't be perfect. Everybody knows Job, right? We all know Job was perfect, right? Uriah put it in the chat earlier that Job was a perfect man, right? He wasn't the only perfect one. He wasn't. He wasn't the only blameless one. There's more, and you're about to find out. So I'm going to go back over 5. This is Luke chapter 1, verse 5. There was in the days of Herod, the king of Judea, a certain priest named Zacharias of the course of Abiah, and his wife was of the daughters of Aaron, and her name was Elizabeth. Verse 6, and this is where you hit them. And they were both righteous before God, walking in all the commandments and ordinances of the Lord blameless.
And you said this is Luke chapter number?
Luke chapter 1. You can just start at verse 1.
Cause.
All right. So it says they were blameless, meaning they were perfect. Couldn't point to anything that they were doing wrong. Nothing. Right? Verse 7. And this is where I'm going to give you a nugget that no one has been talking about, or either I missed it online somewhere, about God being Jesus Christ. This is something you also can use to smash up a Christian that believes that. Verse 7. And they had no child because that Elizabeth was barren. Who else was barren? Who else do you know was barren? Abraham's wife, Sarah, was barren, right? Nobody questions if Abraham had sex with Sarah. Nobody says that Isaac was immaculately conceived by the Lord, right? Nobody says that. Well, we have Elizabeth, who was barren, and they both were now well stricken in years, meaning they were old now. They were older. Verse 8, and it came to pass that while he executed the priest's office before God in the order of his course, verse 9, according to the custom of the priest's office, his lot was to burn incense when he went into the temple of the Lord. So he lit the incense. And I should have lit an incense tonight. Next time, y'all let me not forget that. All right. Matter of fact, y'all hold on one sec. I got to burn the incense. You got to get that frankincense and myrrh going up in here, and we'll continue this. I don't know. Nobody's made a comment online. I don't know if the comments is working anymore. Are we still on? Somebody check and see if live is still on. Make sure we still on. I ain't gonna be too much longer. We're gonna end the class at 8:30. Y'all still with me online? Somebody put in the comments. See, this is 9 minutes ago. Something ain't right about that.
We're still live.
We are? Okay. Huh?
I'll show you the phone. This is right.
Hold on, let me wave. Hold on. Hold on, let me see, man.
It's a little delayed.
It's a little delayed. It's a little delayed, but y'all still with me. Y'all still with me. The water for sticking in there with me. All right. Where am I at? Okay. All right. Verse 9. According to the custom of the priest's office, his lot was to burn incense when he went into the temple of the Lord. Verse 10. And the whole multitude of the people were praying without at the time of incense. So the people were outside praying, right? Verse 11. And there appeared unto him an angel of the Lord standing on the right side of the altar of incense. So now an angel done appeared to him, right? Just like Abraham, all right? Just like somebody else as well. My dear Christians. I love messing with Christians, I swear. But anyway, verse 12. And when Zacharias saw him, he was troubled, and fear fell upon him. He was troubled because he was like, man, what I done? He had a fear of the Lord. He like, man, what I done for you to be standing there in front of me? Verse 13, but the angel said unto him, fear not, Zacharias, for thy prayer is heard, and thy wife Elizabeth shall bear thee a son, and thou shalt call his name John. So Zacharias and Elizabeth is John's parents. Whose parents is it, Hatazan?
Zacharias, John's parents.
John's parents. All right. Verse 14. And thou shalt have joy and gladness, and shalt rejoice at his birth. Now, why I say you can crush a Christian with this is because Elizabeth was barren. She couldn't have children. So now is John immaculately conceived? Is the Most High God going around here just taking up women? Is that what he doing? God is over here just taking men's women. But nobody questions how she got pregnant. Nobody said that Zacharias didn't sleep with Elizabeth. Verse 15, for he shall be great in the sight of the Lord, and shall drink neither wine nor strong drink, and he shall be filled with the Holy Spirit, even from his mother's womb. That sounds like immaculate conception to me, don't it? Ain't that how Christ was born? He had the Holy Spirit from the womb. So God just out here just getting it in. He loved him some humans, right? He loved the human women. Even though in the Christianity doctrine, when they say that the angels fell and slept with the women, God was mad. But God came and did it himself. That's another thing you can smack them with. So you telling me the angels fell and they slept with the daughters of men, and God was mad with the angels for doing that, but then he turned around and did it? You see how this don't add up? It don't add up. The math problem is off. 2 plus 2 don't equal 4 in that math problem. 2 plus 2 got you to the moon. You see what I'm saying? Anyway, I'm gonna move on. And let me see. And many of the children of Israel shall he turn to the Lord their God. Wait a minute. There's so much going on in this. It said, I think Christians have perverted sexual misfunction. It comes from the so-called white man. Yeah, they perverted it. You know, the scriptures say that the so-called white man was a fornicator from the beginning. It's always been this way. He perverts everything. He has an appetite that will never be quenched. So what I mean by that is, no matter what he does, he will never be satisfied. He has got to have more and more and more, and he has got to make it. That's why so-called white people bungee jump and jump out of planes and sexually do what's it called, BDSM? Yeah, they with the paddles, and they think of a movie called 50 Shades of Grey with whips and chains and all kinds of crazy nonsense because they don't feel anything. They're trying to feel something. They're not content. They're not happy. That's why even in America, it's the pursuit of happiness. When happiness comes from yourself. Happiness comes from the Most High God. Happiness comes from serving the Most High God. Being blameless, being perfect. This white man will never be blameless. He will never be perfect. He will never be happy. He doesn't know how to be, and he was never blessed to be. He was blessed with the sword. He was blessed with the ability to destroy. And he does his job very good. But he's got a twisted mindset. Where on one hand, he tries to be kind, and behind closed doors, he's a psychopath. But again, I digress. Verse 17, and he shall go before him in the spirit of power of Elias, to turn the hearts of the fathers to the children, and the disobedient to the wisdom of the just. That's what we do here in the ISUPK. We try to turn the disobedient to the wisdom. That's what I'm doing right now, right? To make ready a people prepared for the Lord. That is what the ISUPK is doing and has been doing since 1969. Make ready a people prepared for the Lord. And Zacharias said unto the angel, whereby shall I know this? I am an old man and my wife well stricken in years. Anyway, y'all get the gist of that. Because it's about John and John, coming up. All right. So Zacharias and his wife, his rib, were both just, both blameless. So they were both perfect. They both had their souls converted, as in Psalms 19 and 7. Psalms 19 and 7. If anybody tells you, well, how do I be perfect? Psalms 19 and 7. And then you take them to Matthew 5 and 48 so that Christ can tell them, now that you know how to be perfect, be therefore perfect as your Father in heaven is perfect. That way, they can't turn around and say, well, brother, he was God. No, he wasn't. No, he was not. Christ was a man just like you and I, because it behooved him to be that way. Somebody give me that scripture. That it behooved Christ to be born just like his brethren. It behooved Christ to be born just like everybody else, just like the other brothers and sisters of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel, so that you could not have the scapegoat of saying, well, he was half a God. He was a deity. No, he was God in the flesh. What is it? No, what is the Hebrews chapter 2, verse 17. Let me go ahead and get there. Hebrews chapter 2, verse 17. Let me see. And deliver them who through the fear of death were all their lifetime subject to bondage. All right, I'm going to start in verse 16. Hebrews chapter 2, verse 16. For verily he took not on him the nature of angels. So, I like this is so simple, and that's why I say I'll thank you, Officer Miles. You were quick on it, but your son was quick too. This is why I crush a Christian so simply and easily, because it's so simple and easy. It just said, verily he took not on him the nature of angels. So if he didn't take on the nature of angels, what would make you believe he took on the whole thing of God? He didn't take on the nature of angels, but he was God. Like God is God. Angels are below God. Why would he even think about taking on the nature of angels? This is so. I'm gonna say it from my generation. We could say this. This generation, I don't know what I don't know what they be saying, but my generation, this is retarded. It is. This is retarded. I don't even know why this is even being talked about. This should not even be a subject. It says, verily, he took not on him the nature of angels. If he was God coming in the flesh, why would he even think to even take on the nature of angels? He's above angels. You see what I'm saying, Mapatazar? Am I making sense in what I'm saying? Like, why are we even arguing this? How dumb? I don't know. You know, I like how Commanding General Yohanan says, dumb. You think he would even think about taking on the nature of an angel? And he's the Most High God, dumb. Anyway, but he took on him the seed of Abraham, the seed of Abraham, the seed of Abraham. Seed is sperm. It just is. Niggas been saying this my seed since I was born. And I was born in the 70s. This is my seed right here. That's my seed. So he took on the seed of Abraham because the promise was made to who? Abraham. Through Isaac and Jacob. Yeah, you're right. The Christian logic will make your brain hurt. You're absolutely right. Because they have no logic. They don't use logic. They use feelings. Feelings. Ain't that a song? Feelings. I don't know it. I'm not gonna pretend I know it. But yeah. Anyway, verse 17. I'm in Hebrews chapter 2, verse 17. Wherefore in all things it behooved him to be made like unto his brethren. You know what Christians say right there? Do you know what Christians say out design right there? Do you know what I just said? Wherefore in all things it behooved him to be made like unto his brethren. Do you know what Christians say right there?
Unto his brethren. Christians will probably say the Most High want to emulate the form of laws.
Anybody out there know what I'm talking about? Anybody know what Christians say right there to explain this away? I'm gonna give it a little bit of time because I think I'm delayed. I'm gonna give you. Let me take a sip. All right. I'll just go ahead and give it to you. Christians like to say right there, see, it says like unto his brethren. Like something like, but not the same. Something like, but not the same. See that there, brother? You see, brother? It's something like. But it says, wherefore in all things. That's where you can't let them out the bag. Wherefore in all things it behooved him to be made like unto his brethren, that he might be a merciful and faithful high priest in things pertaining to God. Why is he being a merciful and faithful high priest? because he's keeping the law, statutes, and commandments like a man like you and I. That's why. That's how it makes him a faithful and merciful, because he's showing mercy unto us to make reconciliation for the sins of the people. He's reconciling us to the Most High. Christians, I don't know. Verse 18, for in that he himself had suffered being tempted. I thought God couldn't be tempted. Ain't that what you know about desire? Hot desire? I thought God can't be tempted. There's another thing that you can get. Well, you can get a Christian right here with that. But there's another thing. Didn't the devil take Christ up on the mountaintop or the hilltop, wherever the top? Didn't he take him up there and tempt him? So you telling me that God, the Most High God, made the devil. I tell you, Christian logic will hurt your brain. God made the devil, who then turned around and took God, who's in the flesh, to a mountaintop to tempt him, even though he can't be tempted. Is that what y'all telling me? Is that what Christians is telling me? That's what Christians are telling me. God made somebody who turned around and took him while he was in a vulnerable state in flesh, and then took him up on a mountaintop and tempted him, even though he can't be tempted. I think Christians smoke weed. That's weed talk. They do smoke weed, though. You can be a Christian and smoke weed. That's crazy. I just figured out Christian logic. They're weed heads. Christians are weed heads. They do weed talk. That's how they make this logic. Man, that is, maybe the spirit is with me tonight. Because I swear, that makes all the sense in the world. Don't that make sense? That makes sense. Because don't you talk to a weed head and you leave there like, man, this fool is stupid. So when I talk to a Christian and they talking this circular deal, I say the same thing. This fool is stupid. The whole time I'm just talking to a weed head who goes to church. That's crazy. Anyway, for in that he himself has suffered being tempted, he is able to succor them that are tempted. Mm, mm, mm. So Christ had to be a man because he had to be able to be tempted so that he could resist and obey God, so that he could secure those that are tempted, which is his brethren. This is not hard stuff, man. Anyway, I hope that y'all all have enjoyed the class tonight. I hope that y'all all understand. There are many other blameless people in the book, right? Christ was not the only blameless person. He was not the only righteous person. And he told all of us to be perfect as our Father in heaven is perfect, meaning you and I can be righteous as well. And we know that the law is perfect and it converts the soul. So that's how you become righteous. That's how you become blameless. So you should follow the law, statutes, and commandments and do what Christ said, and be ye therefore perfect as your Father in heaven is perfect. I'm Priest and Officer Lamawad of the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Started out on 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohana. If you are not in the ISUPK, you are not in the truth, and the truth is not in you. And the truth is the laws, statutes, and commandments. With that being said, shalom, shalom shabakatam to the brothers, shalom, Yahweh Shema, Alatam Bahashim, Yahweh Shah to the sisters. Good night, Israel.
Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man. If you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please, go to ISUPK.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
They're one West. They're one West. They're one West. They're one.
You mean everything you need because I know you mean everything to Christ. And Christ means everything to me.
I called on the Lord. I said, that Father, this is real. Will you watch over me? Will you raise them up to be strong? I'm just a man with flesh. This is what you call for in your scriptures. You said they wore studs and fringes, they got it on. You said they will follow the law, they doing it. You said under Yahweh Shai, they ought to love one another. And they do